Hi, beautiful people. Hello, welcome to my stream today. Welcome. Today we're just going to be talking about my first international travel or my first time traveling by air and the mistakes, all the story time. You don't want to miss that. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Of course, let me know what your experience was. I have my friend Penny. And I don't know if she wants to join. Do you want to join, Pen? So I'll see if she wants to join us and she can give us her travel experience. Hi, Kevo. Hi, Jan. Thank you guys for joining. Hi, EBM. So, Pen, you want to join me and say hello? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, 5 minutes. I'm in uniform. I'm working. I'm at work this week. Yeah.
That's so sweet of you. Let me increase my volume here.
Yeah. So I don't have a mic. I'm using my mobile, but it's a great StreamYard. So
okay, you look good.
Yeah, I'm working, darling. I'm working. I've got my music up here, my phone on my thing. So I'll say hi quickly. 5 minutes I've got.
Okay. That's okay. How are you? How is the going?
Yeah, I'm good. They called me last week out of the blue. So this is why I'm not even able to film or do anything because I'm working.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm working this week, but next week I'll be off again till August. Then I'll come back full time. So one of the drivers are on holiday, so I'm covering his shift. So there I am.
Oh, cool. You look good.
That's my vehicle there. You guys don't know I'm a professional driver. There we go.
So what do you do?
I drive coaches, but I pick like the private people. So there we go. If you want to see.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a head office. So like the big,
nice.
Big company. Yeah. We're taking care of. Don't worry.
Let's see the vehicle.
The vehicle. All right. Yeah. So this is me. This is my vehicle. So first and foremost, it's a Mercedes. So I drive a Mercedes Benz. I've got everything, music, everything, camera, and that's it. It's clean. It's nice. So there we go.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Mercedes, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So COVID rules here. COVID, guys, look. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So people are not allowed. And that's it. Can you see it there? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So that's it. So we have people where they don't sit there like this, but it's corporate, but it's empty. There's no one. It's only me now working. So I'm here with my uniform. I'm bored. I'm missing filming.
Wow.
So there we go.
So Kevin is asking, is it public transportation? Is it a bus?
Private. It's private. Let me not even show the uniform. It's private. So this is the company we pick up. It's not public. So look, there is the company there. Can you see it?
Okay.
The background. If you tell him that background is the company, but I don't want to film a lot because I'm not allowed. There we go.
You look so good and professional. EBM is even saying it.
Oh, I am a professional woman, guys. You just don't know. I do notice stuff, but I'm professional.
So how is the COVID situation?
We're fine. I put on my mask and people come in with their mask, but I pick private people, not public, private. So they're big companies we pick, like big, huge, like the ones even who do COVID, we pick them up. Ipsum is a pharmaceutical. Down the road, I pick them up. This is a mobile network, but down there is pharmaceutical. So we don't pick a lot, and that's it. But the COVID situation is rising. In fact, Britain is the highest with COVID.
Okay.
So but me, I'm getting vaccine, but we're safe. Like, not everybody has COVID. It depends. Just people get sick and that's it, really. It depends if you mingle. If you go into public places, then you're more likely to catch it. But like this, I'm protected. So I've got my screen here. Can you see I've got a screen here?
Yeah.
We never used to have that, but now we have it. I've got my mask on when people come. So look, there we go. So, and I'm in my own little place, so I'm safe, you see? So I'm not feeling nervous, yeah? I sit alone. I don't sit with anybody.
So,
everyone behind me is far. Huh?
So is that like an airport?
No, it's a mobile company. So it's a big one. Yeah. I don't want to disclose too much, Liz, because it's work. Yeah.
No problem.
So it looks like airport, but it's not. That's this head office. So it's the head office I actually pick up. So the head, like the big people, the big boys. You know when you say big boys, literally, yeah. So, and I'm allowed, like, I'll use the gym. I'm using the gym tomorrow. So I'll video tomorrow using the gym. So we have a place we can sit. We're taken care of. We can access. So I've got my badge here. So, but I don't want to show too much because obviously security wise and people can see me. Yeah. So,
yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go, but thank you so much. I just letting you know. So I'm not able to join today. I'm finishing in a minute. I'm going one more trip and I'm done.
Okay.
So it's 8 o'clock. So I might go home and find you're still live. If you're still live, then I will join. If not, I will say thank you and say hi to everyone. So this is why I'm quiet. I'm not talking because I've been working. I didn't want to tell everyone I've gone back, but it's only for this week. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, people are saying you're doing a good job.
Yeah, no, guys didn't know my license is full. I drive lorries, everything.
Nice.
So yeah, so my uniform can be seen. Like I don't want to.
So you cannot even briefly share with us your first airplane experience.
Oh, my aeroplane, because I came when I was 16 on shopping with my auntie. So we came on a shopping spree. So it was August and it was really nice. We went into Oxford Street in London. So I'd actually traveled before living in the UK. So I was like obviously excited. I took pictures of the red bus. We shopped. Then I was thinking the pound was like 40 Kenya shillings, but it wasn't. It was a lot of money.
Okay.
And the heat is different. Like it's, you know how it is Dubai, the people know Qatar, that heat where there's no air. I think in America it's the same. The heat is different from Africa.
Yeah, there's no moisture.
There's no moisture, yeah. So that, and then obviously you take a picture with the red buses, the double deckers. I had KFC, I had McDonald's. So when I came, I was excited, but I was a teenager. I was just buying clothes to go back and show off. I've been to London.
Yeah, that must have been fun. Thank you for sharing.
So that was my first experience. And obviously when I came to live in Britain, I was at the airport. It was very cold. I mean, my half brother picked me up late. But the next morning when I woke up, it was snow white. This was beautiful. This was just wow. Imagine I landed today to stay, and the next day I opened the curtain, it was all white. That was magic. Yeah, Christmas. You know, we see Christmas programs back home. But when you see it for real, you're like, wow, I was memorized. So that was a good experience when I
That's nice. That's nice. That's a good story.
Yeah. So I'm going to love and leave you guys because I'm running late, and us, we are always on time, and I don't want to be late because people get upset. They catch the train as well. So we pick them to drop them to the station.
Of course.
I'm going to love and leave you, and thank you so much. And
okay, bye-bye. Yeah. Thank you for dropping by.
All right, bye. See you then.
Bye, darling.
All right, bye. Bye.
Bye. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you.
So, good, I'm fine. So what was your first experience being on the air? How was it for you? I haven't even given mine because mine is a long story. But tell us what happened.
My first time to fly. So for me, my first time, are you able to hear me well? I don't know. I'm using
the audio is kind of weird, but I can hear you.
That means I have to take it out then.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. So sometimes because it's Bluetooth, so sometimes with the online live it has a problem. So for me, my first experience to fly was my first travel to America. Different nowadays, it is easier to travel even within the country. From Nairobi to Mombasa, you can just fly $50, $60, you just travel within the country. But Tanzania, I mean, I'm original from Kigoma, which is western part of Tanzania.
Okay.
And there are very few flights back in the time. Even now they are going, I don't know. Nowadays, almost every day, but it used to be maybe once or twice per week. It was more than $400. Nowadays, it's a little bit cheaper. I mean, not cheaper, it's cheaper. One way going to return is about almost like 400, around $400. So it's still expensive even up to now. So in my first time, I've never been in the plane before. So the travel was 2008. Okay, so I remember, first of all, my younger sister, one time my brother went to my hometown. So while he was coming to Islam, she wanted to go with him. So okay. So she got the opportunity to be in the plane. So she was boosting herself all the time. I've been in the plane. You have never been there. So I told them that, yes, I've been in the plane, but how many hours plane? It's just an hour and a half plane, just duration, or 2 hours. I told my first plane, I will sleep in the plane, wake up in the plane, eat in the plane. That's my experience. And I'm thankful that was my first experience in the plane, was that one. There are so many things which you are going through in your mind, because the only cause up to the plane is to be at the airport. But you don't cross to go to see the plane. So anything else, and nowadays is with the technology is very easy, and even young people have so much experience. So you go to the plane, you do not know even how to fasten your seatbelt. You do not know, so you have to pretend you know, first of all. So I was with another guy. We were going to San Francisco, first of all, for orientation. So both of us who have never been in the plane. So you just get into the plane and you pretend you know everything. So you just chill, like you see like other people what they're doing, because you are just the car seat, you just put this normal coming here, but this one is different, comes from but yes, it's a seat belt, but you don't want to take it and just start putting on top. You have to pretend you know. The first thing is just like pretending you know everything, like kind of that. And the thing is about order the food. But yes, the good thing when you are in economy, you don't have much of the options. Like if you're in the business or first class. If you're in the first class, you have so much options of the food they give you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, which one do you choose? But this one, usually they just come, maybe chicken, pizza, whatever they mention quicker. What option do they have? But remember, because I was flying with the Swiss Air, the first flight, so obviously you find the people from Switzerland, yes, their English is not their first language, but they have different accent compared to the accent we get used to most of the time, which is mostly African accent or a little bit more about British. So that was a little bit another challenging. It was a very good experience in general. I wasn't having any type of scaring way. For me, when I'm traveling, when I'm in the plane, I'm very much comfortable. I feel very much secure than being in the car. So if, let's say, I have to travel, maybe I'm in the car, and the car you have to drive, or is a passenger, maybe 5 hours long, wherever. Sometimes we go from Kampala, we go to Masaka. Like if you have to take that kind of that road, it's a very long one. So that for me, I'm just in the car, but usually I'm so much scared because I don't trust the other driver. What if he's coming to you and he was having his own frustration and hit you? So for me, in the car, I'm so much nervous than being in the plane. In the plane, yes, it can happen, plane to hit one another, but it's very rare to happen. So I'm very much comfortable. I know this person is highly paid. This person is having a very good insurance. This person went to the Ivy League, best school. So doesn't have very stress like the bus driver or something like that. So that's why when I'm in the plane, I'm very much relaxed than in any other type of transport.
How about the start, how that tension of going up and also landing, does that affect you in any way? I'm thinking my mother would have to either hold her breath or hold something, because personally, when the plane is starting, that is not my favorite. And even when it's landing, those are not my favorite.
Yeah, the starting, I have no problem. The landing sometimes depends. I mean, like if I travel, sometimes, like let's say I'm going maybe from maybe from California or from, let's say I'm here in Missouri, going to DC, then from DC you have to fly to Europe. So the first flight or the second one of the first or the second, when it's landing, sometimes the air pressure comes to you, it's just like in kind of pain in your ears. The usual nowadays I know, but the beginning I didn't know. So wherever I travel, I have to have gum. So if you want to, when you're about to, before you go to landing, you are starting chewing gum. So it becomes easier.
Nice. That's really nice.
But another thing, I mean, for me, it's like, no matter how fast, like you see, like 700 miles per hour, like that's the fastest speed. But for me, I don't see like, why am I not really there? I want to be in America. So it's just like, I don't see like the flight is going so fast. I'm planning to be, I want to be there. So the first flight sleeping was difficult. Not just, I want to reach there. It was not like difficult in terms that I cannot fall asleep. No, for me, I'm a very quick sleeper, so I can just sit here and sleep anytime. But nowadays, I mean, because I'm not like the first one. So for me, when I get into the plane, I can decide like I'm just getting into the plane, put my seatbelt, and I fall asleep right away if I decide. So it's just for me, it's deciding should I sleep now, what time should I sleep.
I never really get that ear pressure. But for me, I get like my heart gets so scared. So I get so anxious and nervous. But that's weird. I've never got my ears. It's just like when it begins to sink, that feeling is like goes to my heart. So as it's lowering and lowering and lowering, I tend to get so nervous. So I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And even when it's starting to go up, it's the same feeling. It gets me that nervousness. But of course, you get used to it over time, but I'm talking about my first time. Yeah. So my first time was different because nobody tells you how it's going to be. So you just sit and you wait. And, you know, when it starts and they start telling you, listen in, put your seatbelt, like you said, sometimes you think you know what to do and you actually don't. We had a live stream yesterday with Betty Az on her channel, and she said for the first time she was going to UK. She was young, but everything was new. Her clothes were new. She didn't even wash them because she wanted to be on a plane with clean clothes. So her clothes were new, the shoes were new, the handbag is new, everything has a tag. So she was sitting there and she didn't know that she could put her bags up, you know. So she was sitting with her bag full of stuff and things were heavy. So until the neighbor asked her, why are you sitting with your bag? It's not actually allowed. You're supposed to put your bags up there. And she goes, why? There's my passport. There's my important documents. I'm not going to put it up there. And the guy, talked to her and said, actually, if you don't, they're going to come and actually put them for you because you cannot sit with luggage. And then she was convinced. Now she put the luggage up and then she sat down. She said, I felt relieved, but at the same time, I was wondering if my things are safe. So after that, she said the guy really helped her, talked to her and said, if they come and give you the washcloth, it is warm, make sure you wipe your face, make sure you wipe your ears if you want. And then when the food comes, make sure you order for food. If you need wine, if you need juice, make sure you ask for that. That was so funny. And then she said the guy was so funny and said, you can even wipe your armpits, you can wipe your neck and your back, just use the clothes, it's yours. And she said she was already sweating from being so anxious. So she wiped her face and then wiped her armpits, and everybody was looking at her like, what's going on with this African woman? So that was so funny. But that is true because for me, I remember the first time I didn't know that all these things are paid for on my money. So they would come and ask me for food. And in my heart, I'm like, I don't want to be paying money for this food. I wish people were told, like, this is what you expect. You're going to be given food. Nobody told me my first time. So they come and ask, oh, do you want a juice or do you want water? What do you know? What are you going to take? And I'm like, no, thank you. I needed the water. Then the second person came so I was sitting with this elder lady. I think she was from, so I was going, so my first time was in 2015. I was going to Austria. So the lady that was sitting next to me she was visiting Rwanda. So she was going back to Germany. So she looks at me and I think she's like, this young girl, what's going on? I was really tiny. I was a very, very small person before I got pregnant and stuff. So I think she felt sorry she's like, are you not taking anything the whole journey? And I said, in my heart, I was like, I don't have money. I don't want to be paying. I had my card. I was working. I had my card, but I didn't want to spend any coin until I arrive at my destination. And I buy my nice things and plan for clothes, laptop, what. So she says, well, I'm going to get a juice and then I'll get water. Would you want me to order for you? And I was like, oh, this generous lady is going to pay for me. How kind. So she go. So when they came the next time and they asked her, she ordered for juice. And then she asked me, oh, my friend, what will you have? And I said, a juice. So they gave me, you know how tiny they are, a very tiny thing of juice. And I took it. So until she explained to me that I'm supposed to eat, it's free. It's on your money. That is when I was like, oh, let me loosen up. So I was loosened up and they gave me the chicken. It was my first time tasting frozen chicken. It was my first time eating all these taco. Whatever they gave me, it was my first time. And I actually didn't eat it. I said, this doesn't taste right. So I didn't eat it. I didn't want to get a tummy upset, of course. So I just took the juice and drank the water. I was so hungry, EBM. By the time I got to my destination, I was so hungry. Remember, I'm so afraid to stand up and go pee, even use the bathroom. I couldn't because I'm so timid. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then it happened like I was like maybe 2 or 3 of us were Africans. Most of them were just people from the Western world. And I was just scared and sitting and waiting, you know. So I would, even easing myself, I was like, hey, what if I start walking and then I push the plane down and we all fall down and die? So I didn't even pee all the time until I think, you know, that tension started to die out as we went further because you have to wait at the station, take another plane. So I started to feel a little bit easy and loosen up and, you know, you get Wi-Fi, you chat with people. But for me, I was so timid. I didn't know what to do, but that was so funny. Hi, this is Africa. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. You could join us and tell us your first time on the plane. B and T, I'm waiting for you to join us. So for me, I think that was it. And apart from that, when we would get to the stations, to me, it was... then, of course, my first time on the trains and all these things, I remember it was so awkward for me to see people not talking to each other, you know, like strangers. You know, in Africa, how it is. You enter a bus and immediately your neighbor is your friend. You're talking about all your life, your history and where you're going, how COVID has been. And that's what I was kind of used to. But at this point, when because we had to tour around and you'd sit down and everyone is minding their business. Many people would have headphones and then they're on their phones. Then other people would give you that eye of like what's up? Like, why are you looking at me? So for me, that was new. I was like, well, I'm looking at you because I want to talk to you, but nobody cares. Then I got lost. So we went to a mall. I didn't know the direction to come back to where we lived. So you know how the malls, for example, like here, how the malls are so big. They have the entrance, and then if you enter from, I don't think I've seen, maybe that is in a different city, but I don't think I've seen such a big shopping center where it has like 3 different exits and entrances. So I enter into one entrance. I was going to look for stuff, buy shoes and stuff. Then I forgot where I entered from. Because at the same time where you enter, there was the exit. So that goes to a different space. So I went through a different one and I totally got lost. Now, Austria is like Germany, I think. People don't speak much English. Now, remember, people also don't want you to so much ask them, like in Africa, hello, where is this station? Oh, So I'm walking. I don't know where I'm going. Of course, I don't have a phone. Wi-Fi is off. I left it in. I cannot connect anywhere. I'm already off from the mall. So I get to a place. I find people jogging. So I asked an older lady where I was going, where we were sleeping, and she doesn't. Probably she didn't understand me, or she was wondering why I'm approaching her. She didn't understand, and she just went. My link is not working. Let me send another one. So let me see here. Let me send another one. So that is how it was. I got lost for a long time until I met somebody. It was an older lady again walking. Is the one that directed me, but that was a shock. I was like, how can I get lost? An old woman, an old lady getting lost like a child. Okay, so I've sent another link. Oh, yeah, I hope I've sent the right one. Yes, I've done. So, yeah, so did you want to say something? Sorry, I kept cutting you.
Yeah, so for me, like other things, I usually not comfortable onto the smaller plane. I don't trust them a lot because I say, throw away this kind of thing. Like this plane with maybe 50 people, they're small. Like, what if anything happens on this one, especially when those kind of the plane, but the bigger one, no problem. The other one, the scary one was the first time I was being in the ship. That was the scary one. Hi, KBM, how are you?
I'm good, EBM. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
How you doing, Roll? Roll with Liz.
Thank you. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Today we have like your weather. It has been raining since yesterday up to now. It's raining.
Oh, you're raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're in what, Kansas or something?
So I had to stop.
Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay. Yeah, where I'm at, we're having record weather. I'm loving it. It's like 47 Celsius. It's beautiful. Had a great day yesterday. Too bad I got to go to work today.
Oh, yeah, it rained too yesterday. And today it hasn't, but I like rain, so I don't really care. And today I woke up so early and I had to go pick weeds from my small yard and it felt nice because the ground is soft and you can easily pick out the weeds.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So
what was your first time experience on a plane?
Well, I was a little kid, so I really don't remember.
Okay.
And I remember that I was by myself. So basically, it was like to go to, I think, Oklahoma from California to meet my dad's friends who were going to take care of me for like, I guess, 6 months. And then I went back to California. So I really don't remember that trip. But I did that a few times where my dad sent me out to family in Arkansas. Then they sent me back. So I really don't remember much as a kid. And then there was a period of my life, I don't think I took a plane for about 15 to 20 years.
Okay. So
yeah.
So later, then after those 15 years, when you traveled by air, was it like a first time or it was okay?
It was okay. It was only like from Spokane to Portland, Oregon. So we're talking like a 45-minute flight.
Okay.
But my real trips was going from, like Seattle to Nairobi back to Seattle.
Okay. Yeah, those are not really long, and if they're not so long, sometimes they're very fun and there's not much. I feel like longer flights sometimes, you start when it's fun and then at the end you're just so tired.
Right. You know what's kind of weird though is that when you're coming back to the States, because it's really, I think the States is the very last place that's on the times on the world time zones. So it's like when you're coming over the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, it's like you're going back in time. Because like it might be the 22nd of July over here and you're going back to the 21st, depending on what time you're taking the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you're going back to the 22nd. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. And then also, like as you travel through, say you're from Africa, traveling here, once you get here, you get that whole feeling of, how do we say, apart from, of course, the fatigue from the travel, the time difference and the weather and everything changes, so you take like a while to readjust.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, my first flight, I might as well just consider it my first flight. Like my first flight to Kenya, I went to Heathrow Airport, and for whatever reason, Heathrow Airport, almost every time that I've ever gone through there, it's like a musty smell, like through the hallways. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's during the summer months or whatever, but it's really musty and kind of uncomfortable. But once you get past that, it's a beautiful airport on the inside. And on the outside of the airport, all the airports I've ever been, Heathrow looks like the most organized, well-kept airport. Not the most beautiful airport, but most organized, well-kept airport I've ever seen in my life.
Cool.
It's like everything's like super organized. But, landing into Nairobi my very first time, all I could think was, I'm landing in Africa. I'm getting ready to go to Africa. I can't believe it. I'm going for the first time to get married. I'm landing in Africa. All I could see is the little lights at night because I was landing at nighttime. And that was back in the MySpace days before Facebook really took off,
MySpace.
Yeah. You remember, don't you, EBM?
Yeah, I use those a lot.
So I invited a few of my friends. She invited her friends. So I think there was like 11 or 12 people, including a couple of her brothers, to meet me at the airport. And what was kind of weird when I first came out, it's like a lot of people were holding up signs with people's names on it. So I was looking for my name. I didn't know if that was something I was supposed to do.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Everybody was looking at me, and I was like trying to look through people's shoulders to see if I could see my future wife, and I couldn't see her. Then once I seen her, she just ran up and jumped on me, and then all our friends and family and stuff were just looking at me, smiling. It's just like, they're all looking at me. They're all smiling at me.
Cool.
But it was a surreal feeling. It's like how you're talking about when you come to a different country, you got to get adapted to the weather and stuff like that. Well, granted, this was July, so it was July of 2006, so it was warm over here, but considered winter over there, right? But I came in wearing shorts at the airport because it was nice and warm on the outside, but people are all bundled up and stuff. And I was just like, why is everybody wearing coats in Africa?
And it actually doesn't get so cold anyway.
Right. But well, at least it doesn't feel that way to me. But I was like, walking around in Nairobi, and I was like, man, what? That guy on the bike has got a huge coat. Where did he get that coat from? Right. So I was just thinking things like that. I was just like, man, this is kind of amazing. It's interesting, right? But yeah, it was interesting because when we were driving from the airport, there was a lot of areas that we're going through. Like the current neighborhood that me and my wife live in now is the same neighborhood that we dropped one of my friends off. My wife wasn't living there at the time, but we dropped her off to her house, and it's like a lot of the streets didn't have any street lights. A lot of potholes and just in certain locations, not really on the main road, and it was just a surreal feeling. But, I felt like I was protected when I got there. Everybody was friendly, more friendlier than here, because you really don't get no real warm reception from anybody when you come here, unless you have somebody waiting for you. Right. I had warm reception from the person who stamped my visa. She was happy that I was here. I had a warm reception at the scanner when they're checking your luggage before you pick it up. I had warm reception on the person saying, enjoy Kenya as I was walking out the door. And then, of course, a warm reception with my wife and everybody we knew. Cool. And so it was like that the whole time. So, but still, even while we're driving, and we stayed the night in Nairobi for that night. And then we went to Nanyuki, which is like, at that time, the roads weren't that good. It took like almost 4 hours. But still, on my way to Nanyuki, I was like, I'm in Africa. I can't believe I'm in Africa.
Now, from Nairobi to Nanyuki, it's like hours.
The what again?
From Nairobi to Nanyuki nowadays with the good roads, maximum will be like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. I guess it depends on how fast somebody's driving. And then of course, every once in a while you have the checkpoints. That'll definitely slow you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually a couple locations. I don't know. What other questions do you have? It was just a surreal experience coming in. I can tell you that. Your audio.
Sorry, I had turned off. So how was it for you, like with the food, and what was new to you with the culture? Because I know this always something that you see if you're new to an area or a country. So what were those first time like culture differences or shocks that you saw in Nairobi?
To be honest with you, I really wasn't too shocked, other than the fact that I was in a place that I never thought I would ever be, because growing up, I was always taught or had the imagery that there's nothing in Africa, right? So what I really came there to check out was to see how people behave with one another while I was there. That was the most interesting thing to me, because depending on how that went would determine whether or not if I wanted to actually be there or not. It wasn't how they treated me. I wanted to see how they treated each other. So as far as like the food, I would have to say the first thing was like drinking a cup of milk. 100% different than here. I mean, I never tasted milk straight from the cow before. And it was absolutely delicious. I didn't get sick. I didn't get the, when you drink milk here, it's so pasteurized that it kind of hurts my stomach sometimes. So, but over there, none of that happened. Drinking tea with milk, that was different. Never had that before, and I loved it. I don't like ginger
here
though.
Never make that tea that we make in Africa. You make tea, you boil tea and milk, and you add in water and put a few tea leaves here and there.
Right.
I have actually not done that myself, and it's weird now that you talked about it. I'm like, what? Am I so American now? Like, oh no, I'm now not myself, because that's what we grew up doing. Like, you make tea in the morning, and I haven't done that in a long time. It's either I'm doing like cereal or black tea, whatever. But I've never made that nice African tea. Do you do it, EBM?
Yes.
Oh wow! I should do it. I've never.
No, to mix with it, maybe cinnamon and other things is cardamom is not every time.
Does your wife like it though? Does she take it?
No, she's not into spices.
Okay, I think to me, the milk here to me is like watered down, which is kind of nice, but not. It's not like the actual, because growing up I didn't like milk so much because of how it's so greasy and full of fat. Like I would look at it and I'm like, So I always would add so much water to it if I'm to make the tea that you're explaining. And I didn't like it so much because that is what you take every day. And I'm like, well, I don't like it. But then the milk here, it doesn't even boil over so much. You can even boil the milk and it's like not boiling over on the pan.
Well,
so it's like different and probably diluted, depending on, of course, the milk you've gotten from the store. We usually get the low fat. So to me, it's like different, but I mean, I think it's in a good way. It's not full of fat.
Well, one day I'd actually tried to make that type of tea, and I'd watch my wife, right? And I thought maybe, it was boiling, right? So when I put the milk in the pot, I didn't put it in a pan, I put it in a pot, and I turned up the heat all the way to boil it. It exploded. It was all over the kitchen, so I never tried it again. So I was like, okay, this ain't working. It's not going to happen, so I'll just wait till I go back to Kenya.
And the worst part is we don't have, boil for 5 minutes. We don't have the numbers like how in America. It is easy for someone to cook because you just, put 2 cups of water, this amount. But there is just like, this is not. You just use measurement.
It was a real explosion. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It was up. You know how we have the fans over here, EBM, up
Yeah.
above the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that was caked with milk,
Oh.
all against the back of the wall.
Oh no.
Actually, my
That
refrigerator
was,
was on the side. It hit the refrigerator, hit the
oh
table to the
no.
left. I was just like, oh my God.
Jeez. I think you needed to start low on low heat, then just watch it. Oh,
Well, see, I always call myself the boiling king because I don't know how to cook. I can boil anything, right?
you could wait.
So I thought I could boil milk too, but no, it just
Turns
didn't
out
work.
you can't.
No, I can't do it. So
And like Brenda said, Africans measure with the eyes. That is another difference. You know, here people have recipes and they follow. I see my husband cooking, and sometimes I want to laugh, but of course I can't. Because he always laughed at me, always was like, so what's the recipe? So how many teaspoons or how much are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm just going to make this meal and it will come out the way I want. And it's like, how? So how much are you using? How? And I'm like, how much of what? Just watch me. And I just do my thing. I use my eyes. This is how much flour I need. And it's like, no, you need to write down for me how many cups of flour you've used, how much sugar, how much of this. And it was new to me. Nobody measures unless it's a restaurant or an eating place where they prepare food for so many people. But in homes, people just cook and they're like, oh, we are 5. Okay, we'll just do this.
They don't waste their time they just.
So
well, the other things that was different is watching my brother-in-laws and my wife watch me eat. Like for example, you're eating ugali and stuff like that, and of course it didn't have much taste, but I liked it with other stuff. And first thing they gave me was like a fork, because they thought automatically all Mzungus will eat with a fork and not with their hands. I was like, well, we eat fried chicken with our hands. We have drumsticks and everything. We have a thing called, this is before KFC even came to Kenya. You had KFC and stuff like that. So we eat with our hands. So that was different. The other thing that Americans are commonly used to doing with their napkins is like after they use it, they crumble it up and put it on the table. Well, nobody was doing that there. Everything was just like nice and flat. They would just pat their mouths or whatever, their hands, and it was like neatly placed back on the table. So I was the only one who had a ball on the table. My wife would look at it and like, she wouldn't say anything, but I knew she was embarrassed. So I learned to just like use the napkins like everybody else. The Noma Choma was great. A lot of the food there, I was instantly like losing weight, even without like walking. And it was also good to like do a lot of walking as well, because most people there didn't have cars, and if they're going to take a ride somewhere, they're going to hire a cab. This is before Uber, So, yeah, there was a lot of different.
I have a question for you, by the way, KBM. Do Americans have like a staple food apart from like the fried chicken and the pizzas? Like what's common as the staple food? Because you can say in Kenya it's ugali, Uganda we have green matoke, or we call it green bananas. In Tanzania, what's your staple food, EBM? Ugali. So what's the staple food or the general food for Americans?
Well, if it's going out, it's hamburgers. If you're staying in, it's macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
That is the most common. If you ever watch like Americans like really shop and you spend some time in the aisles, you're going to see a lot of macaroni and cheese coming off the shelves, right? And then if you go to most restaurants, what do we have in America that you've seen? It's mostly hamburger joints.
Yeah.
A lot more than chicken. So yeah, so that's basically, you could call that our staple food. When I was younger, though, in the 70s, a staple food for the mornings used to be, if it wasn't Captain Crunch cereal, it was oatmeal, Quaker Oats oatmeal, which this generation nowadays, not many people eat oatmeal anymore, but that used to be like the main breakfast cereal back when I was a kid.
Hi,
Granted, I'm 51, so.
We can't hear you. Say something.
Hey Liz, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. So have you traveled by air?
Not really. I'm still
Not
dreaming.
yet.
Yeah.
Just a long travel on a bus.
Maybe a bus. I've ever traveled. A bus.
Okay.
Liz, I'm getting ready to go for a meeting. Or
Okay.
out, and if we continue to be on, when I finish, I'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Say hi to Claire.
Yeah, they're out now, so I don't have to go.
Tell her I want her to come here and live with us. Be Luna's sister.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, bye-bye. So AJ, what's your story? Tell us, talk to us. That's KBM, Kenyan by marriage.
Hello, AJ.
AJ.
Hi, KBM. It's my first time actually here at KBM.
I think your audio, can you try to talk again? Oh.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Tina is also joining, but whoa, the network is...
So you could tell that's the Uganda network. It just keeps spinning and spinning.
But then AJ's is so clear.
So AJ,
and then my friend Tina, the real estate expert, what's going on? Oh my God. Oh no, Tina.
Maybe Tina's using that free Wi-Fi instead of paying for it. I don't know.
I know. Luna, what are you eating? Let me see.
Or you know, maybe one of those buildings where everybody's using the Wi-Fi and you really can't get a connection yourself.
Oh, I didn't know I was muted. Tina can't join. Jeez. I don't know what's happening, but that sucks. Yeah, she can. I don't think she will. Let me see. Maybe she could try to join again. Yeah, she can. I don't know. She just can't. That sucks. Well, I don't know. I probably will just end the live stream too, because I gotta go attend to this lady. Come say hello to people.
Hello.
Say hi, KBM.
Hi, Kenanan.
What?
Kenanan.
Kenanan? KBM.
Kind of sound like KBM.
Yeah, say KBM.
Hi, Kenanan.
No, can you look at this? KBM.
KBM.
B.
B.
Yeah. Finally.
Hi.
Finally.
Hi, Luna.
Hello, Tina.
Who's that?
Yeah.
P-R-I.
I don't know what you're reading. Hi, Tina.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
Finally, you have joined us.
Yeah, it was a struggle. My internet was really so terrible.
I was like, hey, what's going on?
I know. But it's
This
so
is
terrible.
Africa is also here.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so happy to be on your live stream.
Marangi, thank you for joining. We have been planning this for, I don't know, almost a year now, from the time I started my channel. And I've been saying, let's do this, let's do this.
It's
so
okay.
How are you? How is Uganda
right.
and the lockdown? I saw King Obutunda doing a live in the morning saying how the lockdown has affected you guys and everything. So how is it?
The lockdown, it's really so tough. You know, staying in the house is not really easy. You wake up in the morning, you're not looking
It
towards
is,
to
but it's not
anything.
for most Ugandans. You like roaming. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. You know how it is here. We are not people who stay in the house. We love visiting our friends. We love visiting family. You
You
need to be
like
doing something.
Lugambo, spreading the gossip.
Not really, but we're just people who love moving around, like making sure. And even your trade, you know how you're being brought
Yeah.
up. And you're not supposed to be in bed. You're not supposed to be just not doing
I
nothing. You
know.
need to be active.
It's
So
funny
it is
because
just
my mom, she lost a friend to COVID, a neighbor, not a close neighbor, but a friend in the neighborhood. And her worry was, I'm not able to go bury. And I'm like, why do you care so much about going for the burial? Like, how about you get happy that you're still healthy? But the fact that we are all used to going into crowds,
yeah.
let's go
Yeah, we are
bury.
used to that. Exactly. It's just within us. We know that we are supposed to go with someone, at least support them emotionally, be around, be seen around the people. So she felt, of course, so bad. It's really so terrible. Sometimes it's not really so nice to see people not going to bury their loved ones because you're restricted. You can't, show your last respects to them. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
So,
but everything is okay for now. It is hot, but of course, people are starving because of the lockdown. People can't work. People who have been making their money like daily. It is really tough.
Yeah, that can be tough.
I
But
personally am really struggling because I can't go to the farm. I can't even do videos. I can't do anything in the house. Things are really tough. I don't have the
just do sit
motivation
down
to even.
videos. Talk to us
Yes,
like this.
I know. It's not
Because
easy. It's not easy because you wake up, you're planned already. I know, but it's not easy just to sit
It's
down
not.
and do a video. Yeah, because you're not motivated. It is the same thing. Yeah, but I'm trying. I'm trying to do some videos.
AJ, how are you? Talk to us.
Yes, how are you?
Fine, thank you. That's my sister Tina.
Listening. Sorry.
Your audio, either you're very far from your phone or something.
Oh, so sorry.
Like,
how about?
or maybe you should raise your voice. Is it late at night? Your mom is now sleeping.
I'm staying alone.
Okay, because we can hardly hear you.
What about now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. So how are you? How is your
That's
channel?
It's growing. It's growing
Good.
slowly. Step by step.
So what story do you want to share with us today?
I just joined in to listen to some people's stories here.
BNT, you should look for her. She's on that group, but she's muted. She doesn't say anything. Look for BNT Lifeline. You'll see her.
I'll look for her. Yeah,
so,
people share light experiences.
KBM, do you have questions for Tina? I think KBM.
Yeah, I was going to ask, since you can't go out to the farm, do you have I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. So give me a second. I'll be back.
Can you hear me, Tina?
Tina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, this is Africa. Is talking to you. Give me 1 second. I'll be back.
Do you know I can't hear anyone else who is speaking? I don't know why. I can only hear you.
Only me?
Yeah, I can't hear anyone else.
So you can't hear. KBM, try to talk again and we see.
No.
I've seen this happen before.
StreamYard is such a mess.
I can't.
How about if you take me out and remove me and put me back in? See if that works.
Let's see. So I just kick you off?
Okay, I will rejoin. I'll try to get back.
No,
yeah,
not you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Just remove me and then bring me back on. Yeah, kick me. And
from
then
the screen. Okay,
yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay. So can you try to talk now? Just 1 second.
Can you hear me, Tina?
Can you hear now, Tina?
She still can't hear me.
No, I can't.
How about you drop off and join again?
Yeah, let me do that. Let me do that.
No, is it you? Hey, Jay, you're the only one left with me here.
Yes.
we are stuck together now. So let's see.
What's wrong with people?
Now Tina dropped off. But for you can hear Kenyan by KBM, right?
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you speak.
Okay. So we can all three hear each other.
Yeah. So KBM,
Yes.
you could talk to AJ Scholars 1 second. Let me see what's going on with my daughter. When she disappears, I don't know what she's doing. So 1 second.
All right. So what's your channel about?
My channel is all about basically travel. I've just started YouTube lately.
Okay. So are you based in Kampala?
Yeah, Wakiso, not Kampala, but close to Kampala.
Okay. What's the name of your channel?
It's AJ Scholars, as you can see on the screen.
Oh, kind of like
displaying there on the screen. That's what.
yeah, I don't see your name displayed. That the reason why is because she's got somebody's chat on the screen. So when that happens in StreamYard, we can't see each other's name. But let me look it up real quick. You said AJ Scholars.
Oh, AJ Scholars.
Okay, I think I found you. You got one that says how to get a green card.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I just subscribed to you. So I have a channel called This Is Africa, and what I mainly do is I promote African content creators mostly, and then of course I promote Africa in general.
Okay. What's the name again?
This Is Africa. But let me type it in the private chat because there's a, if you try to just look up This Is Africa, it might be hard to find unless you know how to do it. So let me go ahead and give you my URL in the private chat. Just be a moment.
Okay. All right. So how do you find YouTube?
How do I find YouTube?
Yeah. Your experience so far? Maybe you can share.
Well, see, I've been using it since it first started, so mainly just a consumer. As far as being somebody that uploads content, you know, depending on what you want to do with it, it's a good experience. There's a lot of different facets about YouTube. Like there's a lot of people out there promoting negativity. So you might want to, if you haven't found that yet, or if it hasn't found you, you might as well just stay away from it because it can be very stressing, very exhausting. If you're into travel and stuff like that, I would definitely connect with a lot of people that are doing the same thing, you know, like-minded people like you. So, and if it's specifically Africa, then of course that's more of a niche. So you want to still stick with people that are not just into travel, but traveling within Africa. So you can learn from them and grow your channel. So I went ahead and put my link in the, I'm sorry?
However, I can't hear you well. Like your voice is buffering. I don't know what's wrong.
What country am I from?
No, like I was saying, your voice is a bit buffering. whether it's because of your network or something else.
I think it's a delay because I'm playing it back and my voice is going through smoothly, but your audio has a crackling sound, and plus there's like a 3 to 5 second delay for you to hear me and for me to hear you. I also put the link to my channel in the private chat, so you can connect there.
Now I get
Okay.
Yeah, I will check it out. Kenyan by marriage.
Yep, that's been me for like 15
So you're
years.
staying in Kenya currently?
Now I'm in the U.S. right now. My wife is in Kenya. I go back and forth
Me
between the U.S. and Kenya.
in Kenya.
Hi,
So
Tina.
you stay in the States right now.
Yes, yes, I am.
Tina, can you hear us?
Okay.
Tina? I don't know if she muted her mic or probably it's now worse.
You should be able to see the mute icon on her.
Yeah, it's not muted, but I think because I took a while to come back, I don't know if she's doing other things now. That sucks. But yeah, let's see if she can talk to us. Tina? Tina? Yeah, well, I guess that's it. So, why are you guys talking about AJ's channel?
Yeah, a little bit. I went and found his channel, subscribed to him.
Okay. Yeah, now her network is all being strange again. I think what I'll do, I'll just plan a live stream with her and we just do our thing. We plan like a day before because she likes to take her time as well. So I think I'll do another one. We just talk about that. So I'm going to end the live stream. AJ, thank you for joining. KBM, thank you so much. I'll just end the live stream. Luna, stop, please. No. And then I will go look at my plants at my small garden. I'm trying to plant some grass as well.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on. It was nice meeting you, AJ, and I'll see you at another time.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you guys that have joined in. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, everybody. AJ, bye-bye.